Good morning, guys. Coach Theo here on Common Sense. Today, I'm going to tell you guys to not hop on gear, steroids like Alex Eubank. Stay natural, embrace the bulk and a little bit of fluff every once in a while. Instead, like me, I'm natural, currently in the midst of bulking. 90 kilos is the heaviest body weight I've seen on this bulk, and since someone's gonna ask, I'm 177 centimeters, and that's like 5'10 or something. But basically, as a natural bodybuilder, that's definitely going to stay natural and tells everyone, stay natural. I have a lot to say on a topic and situation like this. I'll just say right away that I'm not super familiar with this Alex guy, but familiar enough to give my takes on the topic. I've seen him throughout like a couple of years or something, and I've seen the kind of dilemma he's facing and what's now happening, right? So basically, this guy I've seen it looks great, amazing natural physique, but he's been struggling with the dilemma of, I'd like to get bigger, but from the pressure I feel from social media is for me to always stay really, really lean because that's what a lot of people appreciate me for. Man, bro, you're so shredded. And I get the most positive attention from that, right? But then you're gonna find yourself in a permanent state of restricting calories. And when you've already put on a good amount of muscle mass naturally and you have low body fat, like you're not in a permanent calorie deficit, of course, since the body will adjust, but you're just keeping the calories very low. Like, how would you ever put on any more muscle, right? And also being an influencer like that and doing collabs and meeting up with way bigger guys that are enhanced. Of course, there's a allure to that. But the thing is, this guy could just embrace the bulk instead. Like, I totally get it. I totally get that pressure on social media. I am. When I started training, I got into fasting, and that became a big thing, like weight loss, but also like being able to be very, very lean. And you feel the pressure, as in, well, you're gonna get a lot of positive attention from that. Like a lot when people think you look big or that you just look good, you need some muscle mass from it. But honestly, especially in pictures and social media, if you just have some muscle mass and you're quite lean, that's kind of what draws people in. That people think is like, wow, that's such a crazy look. So the kind of feedback you get a lot when you look like that is like, yeah, this is how I'm supposed to look. I clearly get a lot of positive attention from that. I've also been able to see throughout the years that when I'm at my leanest, like I'm not exactly fat now, right? But it's like when I'm very, very, very lean, that's when I always get the most like spontaneous client requests, like without me, having a video get more views, more reach or something. That's always the constant, that when I'm at the leanest, that's when most people will reach out. And I guess that's all. It's more people that aren't super bodybuilder nerdy and don't get the thing. Like maybe, maybe someone can actually be good at what they do, even though they put on some fluff every once in a while. Maybe that's actually a necessary part of the process. But to the layman that doesn't like kind of know that, it's just like, wow, that guy looks super lean. Yeah, clearly he's the guy that knows what to do, what to do. So I want to work with him. Pretty much when you work on social media and with fitness and physique, your physique is part of your brand. It's very, very tempting to always. Well, I see that people are tempted to hop on gear too, of course, to just look better, but to stay lean. But then you get, when you are a guy like this Alex guy, because he has been holding on to the natural thing though. Like, even that's what I've seen while struggling with this. That I want to get bigger, but I also gotta stay shredded. How do I like solve this? Clearly, he has not, he has not immediately jumped on the steroid path. He's tried to stay lean, so not tried to stay lean, tried to stay natural, So clearly, because I saw the thing I saw now, apart from just reading a bit, I saw Jeffrey Verity Schofield. I saw his video on it, and he keeps Alex Eubank keeps talking about how it is for him. It's not for pressure from someone else or that. But the thing is that if it wasn't from pressure from other people, you would have just embraced the bulk, like at least tried it, and. Yeah, so it's just it's really unfortunate, is what I'm saying, that someone get pushed so far that clearly they've been trying to stay natural, trying to get everything they want, being lean, getting bigger, and staying natural, but feeling as if I cannot do all those things and actually being pushed towards gear. But the thing is, I guess it's like, because again, I don't know all this, but this seems to me to be the fitness influencer. Well, I guess it's more about motivation and inspiration. He's not the teacher or coach kind of guy that's going to be educating you so much on the process. But honestly, embracing the bulk now would be an amazing opportunity for this guy to do really like vulnerable and helpful, actually helpful content to other people, because even people that are not on social media struggle with this. You know, it's the kind of main gaining or gaintaining kind of trap that someone like me, that's a coach like that has its place to take that approach, to do a recomp when you lose fat and build muscle at the same time, or just put on muscle very, very slowly. But it's just a tool. It doesn't suit everyone for every purpose, you know. And bulking, like, you can see why it's tempting, of course. Oh, can I put on muscle while losing fat, or not having to put on it, staying lean, looking as shredded as always, you know. But I just see now enough through working with clients and myself that embracing the bulk is going to be necessary at a certain point to max out your natural potential. But a lot of people will find that, you know, if they lost weight, they got leaner than ever, they had their abs, they have some muscle striations, some veins showing, like that, it's very difficult to give that up. And a lot of people get stuck in, oh, I'm main gaining, bro, but you're kind of just maintaining your progress. You know, you're not adding muscle, you're staying as lean as you are, you know. And so when you have a following, talking to people in a similar place like you, in a way, you know, they don't have the big pressure from social media, but they feel like I should be lean, you know, while they probably also would like to put on more muscle. That would be a great vulnerable moment to be like, hey guys, this is really quite tough for me. You know, I feel that I get the most positive attention on social media when I'm lean. You know, clearly it's so rewarded to stay lean. However, I really want to take my muscle building results to the next level, and I want to stay natural. And in order for that to happen, I'm just gonna have to try actually to eat in a calorie surplus and just accept that I might put on some fat along with that. Like, and just talk about both, because you would go through a process of discovering that, hey, this is actually the way to go. Now, I'm instead of perma restricting calories and never making any gains, I'm actually making gains again. And since I've been able to stay so lean, like, of course I can just cut the fat off when I'm done with the bulking phase, you know. And you would actually inspire and push a lot of people towards a better route, to not be always restricting calories and actually embrace the bulk. Now what's going to happen, you know, because people, this with steroids and stuff, with like fake naturals, people that lie on being about being on steroids and stuff, and people can talk about like, oh, it's so honorable, like with the transparency that, because when some people lie, well, at least this guy is honest, and, you know, to each his own, their choices. It's kind of, there's a part of me that wants to agree with that. I obviously don't like that someone is lying about taking steroids, but too much transparency, it's not a good thing either. Like, because now it's you're going to, unfortunately, you're going to justify a lot of other, like, see my favorite influencer that I've also tried to stay lean as, you know, but I want to stay natural as him, you know. Well, now he is saying that you know, he's going on gear and he has all these explanations for why he's doing that. So yeah, I guess it's okay then. Because my authority figure, because this guy is going to have a very, most of his followers are going to be in their teens, you know. So I guess my favorite authority figure gave me the okay of doing steroids without saying that. Even if he's going to say that he doesn't do it, you know, do as I say, not as I do, doesn't quite work like that, right? And the last point I'm going to say is that, you know, because it's TRT, he called it TRT, I saw, and it's like, you know, I know a bit of these dosages from this, even though I'm natural, from this freaking fitness industry. So the TRT and roid topics have been so hot that I think it was 250 milligrams, or milligrams, is that even the unit? It doesn't matter. You know, I know it was, from what I know, it's still quite a big dose for what would be called TRT, but it isn't TRT. That's what you have to realize. A guy like that, even though he can go take a test and have low enough testosterone to qualify for something that's labeled testosterone replacement therapy, all it is that, okay, so his testosterone numbers are kind of low from having depleted himself for so long. Not, from what I can see, not living the most healthy lifestyle. I go out and drinking and stuff. It's more of this like lean bodybuilder lifestyle rather than actual healthy lifestyle, you know. And if you go in that state after like years of depleting yourself and testing, your testosterone is it's likely that it's going to be low. And yeah, the solution would be to just eat more and eat more healthier foods and stop shit like drinking and prioritizing sleep, time outside, getting sunlight and that. And you would increase your testosterone. Like if you had, I think his number wasn't even that low. I don't remember now for having depleted himself so long. So it's like kind of course, I cannot 100% prove it, but pretty much it's so likely that if he just did the lifestyle changes and embraced eating a bit more in the bulk, he would end up at a good number. But now, you've depleted calories for a long time, you can get a low number on the test, and you get testosterone replacement therapy. But really, what you've gotten is steroids. That's the same thing. That's what I hate about this word term TRT, is that, I'm not completely against anything like that. There could be some individuals that really, really nothing is working for them. It could really improve their quality of life. It's like, sure, but for so many things, it's just now you realize that testosterone, it is a hormone that is in the body, but taking testosterone, that's with people that do it like illegally, not TRT, going on their first cycle, it's the exact same thing they take. So don't get confused by labels, right? Like pharmaceutical companies have all the interest in the world to not make you think of stuff like heavy, hard drugs, but actually therapy. It's actually medicine for you. So yeah, guys, let me just think. I guess there are many, but there was one point I didn't necessarily ever. I guess I realized that you had to bulk and cut, but I do something unusual, like even among natural bodybuilders, prolonged fasting, as in not eating for days. And when I found out about that for a while, I thought that maybe I found a hack that I can kind of eat in a calorie surplus, but just do longer fast quite frequently to shed off the fat. I found a hack to I can actually stay lean and put on muscle fast. But what I noticed is that it's still about being in a calorie surplus, like pushing training and food for a longer duration of time, being in an anabolic state and for a longer duration of time. You can't kind of use anabolic. I'm bulking until I do a 48 or 72-hour fast, super catabolic, and go back to bulking. Didn't quite work. So I stayed just kind of lean and at that size for some months until I let go of the prolonged fasting for a while and embraced the bulk. And I could see so fast just how my gains picked up again. And I'd say that it is difficult to give up the lean look once you've achieved it. But when you've gone, as a natural bodybuilder, gone through enough cycles of bulking and cutting, maybe you learn to even, because I'm not going to have to get so fat. And as you put on more muscle, you're also going to look better at a higher body fat percentage. And you're just going to see that, okay, this aspect of the process is just necessary for me to max out as a whole. And that's why I often try to make people focus on the positives of the bulk too, because there are some negatives with the cutting thing, like of course restricting calories, but you're not going to be able to push training as hard. Your performance is going to go down. You probably can't, depending on who you are and exactly where in a cut, and that you can't make any progress at all. And on the bulk, you can make progress, and even though you're gonna lose some definition to your look, that's mostly when you think is shirtless and social media pictures. In clothing, you're actually gonna fill out those t-shirts more and that. So yeah, guys, I'll end this video here. Stay natural. Roids. Yeah, that's all there is to it. So please like and comment. Give me your thoughts on it all. I do holistic bodybuilding, coaching, getting jacked and stacked mentally, physically, spiritually, working on ourselves, body, mind, and soul. That holistic approach to bodybuilding, becoming that person that manifests this body as an expression of who they are. So if you're interested, you can send me a DM on Instagram or email me. It's in the description below. I'll get back to you with my different programs. You can pick up my training book, everything mindset, philosophy, and technique related. You need to become a self-reliant, jacked, and stacked individual. And please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building oneself, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, spirituality, mindset. It is a mindset, guys. Stay natty. That's what we do. Peace.